First and foremost, we are drawing Pumpkin today. Adorable. So what I'm gonna do is bring Pumpkin over into my other window here. Sorry, I'm moving my mic around. Awful practice, I know. Oops. Okay, so I want to bring Pumpkin over. So I'm going to get my selection tool up. It's going to be a rectangle. I'm going to copy it. Bring Pumpkin over here. And I'm going to make this all one folder called Pumpkin. I don't have all the pet names. So some of them will just end up being numbers, but at least we have Pumpkin. So I'm going to make this image bigger. And I'll start in 4 minutes because I think I told people at work that I would start at 2 and I don't want to fib. So I won't technically start for another 4 minutes. But we have our thing set up. Maybe I should set up the other folders while I wait. Folder 2. Good. Folder 3. 4. So I'm aiming to get 5 done today. If I can get 6, that would be really cool. And then I will just keep doing this throughout the week until I am caught up with my work donations. Could put a little layer in each of these, just doing some little preparatory work here. Oh, I guess you can't fully see what I'm doing because I put my face over the layers panel on the screen. Sometimes I worry my house is haunted by a cat. We do have 2 cats, but usually, even when I know where the 2 cats are, there's like cat sounds coming from other rooms and things. So I just heard something happen over there, but probably is one of my normal cats. I'll just assume. I'm going to start drawing in another couple of minutes, just waiting. Like I said, we're starting at 2, so I don't want to start too soon. I'm really excited to start drawing these pets. I got a lot of really cool and hilarious and cute pictures from people who donated, and I'm looking forward to getting them drawn out. I've got my fan on in the back. Hopefully that's not too loud for the mic. But it's really hot today, and I wanted to wear a long sleeve shirt because I don't just want to wear a tank top for streaming for this one anyway. So I don't want it to get too roasty. And sorry if you can hear my neighbor banging on something outside. It's just all the time. I don't know what they're banging on. I don't know if it's getting better for them. I don't know if they're fixing something, building something. It sounds like the same set, like the same pattern of banging every time. So I really don't know what they're doing. Actually, I wonder if I can see. I have 1 minute left before the stream's meant to start. I'm gonna spy. No, I have no idea. Sorry if you all saw my hideous shorts. But now it's brighter in here, so that's good, right? Okay, it's 2 o'clock, so I'm gonna get started. Okay, Pumpkin, we're starting with you. Actually, I'm gonna let work know that I'm starting. Hello, Kiwi. I am here for wonderful pet art. Okay, good. I hope I don't disappoint. We will find out. So, we have Pumpkin here as our, oops. Well, that's an awful way to start. I didn't even have my brush selected. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Got to get a feel for what my brush is up to. Okay. So, Pumpkin. Here we go. So, Pumpkin is adorable. First observation. Second observation, very good shapes. Very good shapes, Pumpkin. So we want some ears, little fuzzies on top. Gotta love cat ear top fuzzies. A lot of fur around the ears, which is very cute. Little fuzzies. Okay, so let's see. Pumpkin. Gotta get in the mindset of Pumpkin so I can accurately draw a pumpkin. Kiwi, to watch you make it, I mean, yes, I'm going to hopefully make some very good pet art. Here we go. So, I like Pumpkin's eye shapes here. Very, like, thoughtful. I'm thinking very intelligent cat, maybe. Pumpkin's nose. Can't really see what's going on with Pumpkin's nose because the fur color is so dark, but I have a general idea of what cat noses look like. I wonder if I can zoom in a bit more. Okay. We'll go with a nice little triangle cat nose here. And we've got the little, I don't know what these are called, the little cheekies, muzzle. I feel weird saying that cats have a muzzle because I feel like that's more of a dog thing. But maybe it's called that on cats as well. I'm not sure. I should have studied my cat anatomy. Okay, so Pumpkin. Got a lot of fur. Here we go. I like this nice fur pattern Pumpkin has going on here. Like, it's not just, right now I'm just shading in where I'm gonna make it dark when I do the little paint layer over top, so I don't get confused later. Pumpkin's beautiful eyes looking up. Okay, Pumpkin, here we go. Now, we want some fur here. Okay, so Pumpkin's got like this, oh, this is cute, like a little fur sticking out like that. Let me shade in. Okay, so we've got lots of long fur. Adorable. Okay, and I'm gonna move little picture Pumpkin. Yeah, look at that fur. Oh, I love it. And then there's a line, like Pumpkin's using this really hard surface as a pillow. So let's get that in here. Pumpkin's hard pillow. And okay, so we've got our little sketch here. I'm gonna just do a quick examination, see what else we want to add. We've got a lot of fur, and Pumpkin's body I think that's Pumpkin's tail there. And it comes back around like this. There we go. So now I'm going to do some paint. I'm going to move Pumpkin again. Picture Pumpkin down in this corner here. There. There we go. Now we're going to start painting. So I took 5 minutes to do the sketch, so I'm going to take about 15 minutes to do the paint layer. I'm going to focus in on Pumpkin's face first because I think that's the most important part, is getting this beautiful face. The eyes are a bit of a cooler blue color and they're very bright. So let's get started here. Okay, so I'm going to remove this. Oops. I'm going to move my layers a little bit here. There we go. See how this goes. Okay, so maybe even a bit lighter around the edges. And a bit more of a rich blue in the middle. And then we have Pumpkin's pupils over top. Okay, so Pumpkin has a lot of really dark fur. So let's get that started here. And then what I think I might do is put another layer underneath with Pumpkin's other color fur, because I'm using Clip Studio Paint, and in this program it's like a blessing and a curse. If you're used to Photoshop, it could be a bit of a curse, but it really does a great job of blending colors together. And I find Photoshop is a little bit less aggressive with it, so since I'm more used to Photoshop, when I'm using Clip Studio Paint, it kind of gets away from me a little bit. We'll see how it goes. We want the fur to be in there. Okay, and the other ear. Alright. Oops. Uh-oh, you're getting a preview of Jake the dog, not Jake the human. Okay, see, this is a good example here. Like, I wanted some gray, so I just did it more lightly, and it gave me kind of a much lighter, smudgy look, which I wanted. Okay, and we've got more fur over here. Beautiful. Beautiful Pumpkin, you're doing a great job. Okay, now we want the nose down into this beautiful fur pattern. It looks like it's a little bit on the lip, and then the whole little chinny chin, except for that one little spot, is a dark color. Okay, we've got lighter, let's see, lighter colors here and here. And okay, here we go. Now we're getting into some detail here. We want the eye to be outlined. Get that nice cat eye look. Pumpkin. And there's some fur here. Line the lower eyelid as well. We really want those to pop. There we go. Outline, outline. Okay, so this kind of goes in like this. We've got, there we go, fur. Yes, get the texture. Oh, this is such a good cat. So I want to get some of Pumpkin's other colors in here. So Pumpkin is this pretty, what is this, beige color. So I want to go to orange first, and then I want to pull it up, and it's kind of desaturated, maybe a little bit in the brown area. So let's try this color. Oops, I don't want to put there. Let's see what it looks like. A bit too desaturated, actually. I'm gonna get somewhere in the middle here. maybe just a little bit more saturated because saturation's fun. And then I want to make another layer so I don't ruin all my work that I put in here. And we're going to go underneath and start doing this, and then we can put in some lights and darks afterwards. So let's get this color down here. Doing great, pumpkin. I think, yeah, I'm going to need to lighten this. Well, I'll put in the background first and then see what it looks like, because all color is relative. So if you think it's too dark when you're putting it down, you could be right, but also it could be just that it's against a white background, so it's really, really hard to tell what you've done. Okay, so carve in a little bit there. Maybe I'll put in the background before I go too far, so that way I can see my values a bit better before I really start getting into the nitty-gritty of the fur. Okay, pumpkin. Okay, yeah, okay. So for the background, we want some dark wood kind of colors. I think that'll do nicely. And I want this to be like a really straight line to kind of complement pumpkin's softness. So I'm gonna go in here and try and get this thing maybe. Does this do what I think it does? It does. Perfect. Oops. Oh no. I ruined it already. Okay. Boop. Boop. Good job, pumpkin. Go. Now I'm going to put this on another layer as well because I want it under pumpkin. And then I'm going to do another layer underneath that with a slightly lighter color. I'm going to delete this and just do this. Do I like that? I think I'm going to add some like differentiation in here just to make it a little less. Let's put pumpkin drawing back up, or pumpkin reference back up at the top here. Maybe I'll go even a bit lighter for some of this to give it more yeah, I like that a bit better here. Yeah. Should I put in that other thing? Maybe I will. Too much. Okay, I think that's good. So let's get some lights on pumpkin. Boop. So we want to zoom in for this. Let's see, how much time do I have left? I have 7 minutes left for pumpkin. That's on the wrong layer. Here we go. So we want that fur texture. A little bit darker. And that'll be this dark area. Let's see here. Yeah, so there's kind of like a little dark patch on pumpkin here. So let's put that in. And then we'll get back to this lighter fur color. And behind pumpkin here, all over here. Looking good, pumpkin. Okay, so pumpkin's tail looks like it's almost like a long-haired gray mixed with that brown. And then the tip looks like it almost goes all the way to black. So let's try and communicate that here. Okay. And then on top we have these beautiful white fluffies on the face. So I'm making a new layer so that I can put them completely on top because I really want these to pop and be really evident. And then all this fur here is so bright and clean looking. Well done, pumpkin. Let's hide the lines. I don't think we need them anymore because we're all in the paint now. I'm gonna check my teams here for work, make sure I'm not missing anything. When I hear it buzzing, I gotta make sure everything's okay. Oh, people were trying to message, but they don't have Twitch accounts, so hello. Okay, so I'm gonna put some lights around the nose here. And we want to get this other side of the face, and then, let's see, I've got 4 more minutes. And then pumpkin's almost done. I think this is actually coming out really nice, but it's because I have such a beautiful model, so thank you, pumpkin. Okay, so this is the area that's a little like pressed up against the wall here. There we go. Now let's see, what did I miss? Okay, so we want a little bit of fur showing through here. That's a little bit brighter. We've got like this beautiful bright mark above pumpkin's eye. We've got almost like a little outline here. I'm gonna pull this black again, and then I'm gonna just darken some areas to try and really get that, like make it look more like pumpkin. And that's gonna be the last part here. So we've got a little thing here, and this kind of does this a little bit. Yeah. We've got that part. Okay, I've stopped speaking English and started just speaking with Art Brain. So that's what happens when you're deep in focus. Okay, so this comes in even a little bit more. And this is more here. So let's get rid of this here. We want more of that really nice white-ish color coming up and out. Pumpkin. Okay, and we want a little bit of light in the ears. Whoops, that's too much light in the ears. Whoops, so is that, I don't like that. Get rid of that. Ah, there, that's the amount I wanted, just a touch. Let's zoom out. Pumpkin! Awesome, so I'm going to fix, I noticed the noses need a little bit of changing, and then I think we're good. So I'm gonna darken this here. Make sure I'm communicating that this fur has a couple of different colors in it. I'm gonna zoom out to check it. Okay, actually, this dark color comes all the way out underneath like this. Yeah, there we go. Now we're getting closer to pumpkin. Beautiful. All right. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Chrissy. Yeah, thanks. Pumpkin's looking good. And I think I'm done with pumpkin. So I've hidden the lines. We've got just the painting. I'm going to hide the reference image there. And I think I'm gonna move all of it down a little bit. Just these 3 layers. Ah, there, that's better, because now we have a more pleasing composition, I believe. And I might even just add a couple of, I shouldn't get bogged down with the background though. Wendy, if you can hear me, you're doing great. You've done it. Okay, so I think, yeah, maybe just a couple of lines in the background to define some things, but not so much that it's taking away any attention from Pumpkin. So yeah, there we go. Pumpkin is done. I'm going to hide Pumpkin. Boop. And now we're going into our second portrait. Oh, I'm going to save. I'm going to make sure I save it in between portraits. So save. Okay. And the next portrait we've got, so we'll say bye to Pumpkin. Thank you for your service. You did great. We don't want to save that one. So next up is Angela's cat. I don't know this cat's name, but I love this picture because it is just so, like, it's too cute maybe. The little fangs showing and the look on the cat's face is just perfect. P-U-R-R effect, of course. Yeah, we've got Kiwi saying A+ picture, 10 out of 10. Yeah, it is. It's a really good picture. So I'll make that a bit bigger for my reference, and then I'm going down to my sketch layer. So I'm going to sketch with maybe like I like blue, I think, this bluish purpley color. Okay, oops, I've got the wrong tool up again. So here we go. So let's see. Now I don't know your name, so it might be harder to connect. But you're so cute that I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay. So we got ear poking up, and we've got this. Okay. I think I made my sketch too big, so I'll just adjust that in a moment. Because we really want these ears to almost be stars of the show here. I'll work on those in a minute. Let's see. Okay. Good. So I'm drawing in some crosshairs to try and help me. Oh, I can cheat actually. So here's a little trick. If you're drawing something that's tilted, tilt your paper. And then it's a lot easier to understand what you're seeing and draw things a little bit more accurately. And sorry if my clicks are a little bit loud. I have a mechanical keyboard, so my mouse clicks, or my keyboard clicks might be a little loud in the ears. Okay, so we got the fang. The fang, to me, is one of the most important parts, so I really want to get that look of like, why are you photographing me? And the eyes too, though. The eyes. Oh, we've got Chrissy in the viewer chat here, my friend. They say, I dubbed them Vlad. I'm assuming that's an excellent vampire joke. Okay, so one of the eyes is like a angry, squinty one. And the other eyes, the other eye looks kind of more surprised. Like, what have you been up to? It's like the more I look at this picture, the better it gets. Because then the whole cheeky part is like tilted upwards. Okay. Such a good picture. Okay. So we've got whiskers coming all the way up. I think this one's going to take me a bit longer in the sketch phase because I'm still trying to figure out all of the little aspects of what I'm seeing here. Ears. Okay, so the head. Okay, the head shape, I'm making it too wide. This cat has a very good head shape. I think this smile looks a little too sinister. Let's see, how do we fix that here? But maybe maybe sinister is what's happening though. Here we go. This fangy here. Such a good reference. But I remember when I was first looking at who signed up for this charity pet portraits, and as soon as I saw these pictures, I'll show you the same person submitted their dog, and that is also a very excellent picture. So they really they're Angela's, and Angela really understood my vibe. I think there was definitely Angela's pictures are speaking to me. Oh, Chrissy, we have fan art going on simultaneously of your cat here. Okay, so I'm just checking. Oh, someone at my work chat mentioned if it's a coincidence that someone named Chrissy Pumpkin, because the first cat's name was Pumpkin. I don't know if you were there in time, Chrissy. So it's just funny that Chrissy Pumpkin showed up right when I was drawing Pumpkin. It was like fate. If you want to share any of the sketches you do of these pets with me, Chrissy, I could send them to, if you want it, no pressure, zero pressure, but I could share them with my work friends who are doing this charity thing. But no pressure. Okay, I'm kind of excited to get into color on this one too, because this cat has such green eyes. There's even some almost blue in the middle. Very, very, very cute. Okay, I think we can even see some we can see more teeth than I thought for when zoomed out. There's a lot of tooth work going on here. So we've got little tiny teethies showing as well. I think one of them is the bottom fang actually showing. So we'll get into the nitty gritty of trying to solve that artistic situation. I think right now, I'm almost ready to start painting. Actually, I think I can exaggerate this just a little bit more than what it is. Big cheeky cheek. And those whiskers are going that way, and this one's going up this way. And there's fur there. Okay. I'm going to zoom out just to see what I think. Okay, I think I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, actually, to really, because we're wanting to emphasize the other cheek, I think, a bit more. And I'll just sketch these in for my own reference. Okay, good. Okay, I think we're good to go. I think I'm going to move on to the paint layer now. But first, I'm going to tie my hair back because, as predicted, I'm getting warm. Okay, nobody look at my shorts. Okay. Chrissy says, I missed the beginning, but I caught the tail end of Pumpkin. It felt like fate. Yeah, I think it was fate. Okay. Paint time. Okay, so maybe I'll learn from what I did last time, and maybe I'll put in my background first just to get a ground to work on. So we're gonna go with a really pale violet because I think I'm seeing some of that a little bit in the blankets there, and it'll be something I can work from. I don't want to get it on this cat very much, so just coloring outside the lines. We'll see if it needs anything more in the background in a moment. I think I might do some wrinkles a little bit, maybe. Okay. So maybe I should just fill in the whole background. I never know what's best. I might want to move this cat around after, so I guess I should fill it all in. Okay, now a paint layer. So we're gonna start with, I think, the light brown this time. And I'm gonna treat it a little bit like I treat traditional, in that I'm gonna go from light to dark with my colors and see if that works out well for me. So I think this is a pretty good, oh, I tried to do that again. I think this is a pretty good match for what's going on there. It's not identical, but we're not going for identical. We're going for the feel, how it feels. Okay, so we'll get that color down first. Okay, looking okay, looking okay. I'm gonna just trim up. And I'm going to make my sketch more faint because I just want it for guidelines. I don't want to like lean on it necessarily. I want it to be there so I know what I'm doing, but I really want the paint to be what, you know, what the final product is supposed to be, the painting. I mean, I like sketching too, and these are going to be cartoony. Like, I'm not avoiding lines or anything, but I'm just trying to go for a specific look. Oh no, someone saw my shorts. They're bright yellow. Okay. Okay. So let's get some darks in here. I'm going to actually make a clipping layer. So this is a layer that will reference what's below. Now I don't know how to do that on this program. I don't want to layer mask. What is it? Clip to layer below? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. I'm learning a new-ish program here as I go. So right now we're getting in some darker browns, but I think I might be going too saturated with it, so I'm going to take that away. And I'm going to go a little bit darker and a little bit closer to gray. Yeah, I think that's a little bit more true to life here. So let's slap some of this in where it needs to go, and then I'll tidy it up after. So we want some darker around the edges of the ears. Oh, we've got some red in there too. Beautiful. We'll get to the red. So here's the fun part. So I should probably start with the eyes because I'm really excited about them. But I'll do that right after I get this base fur layer sorted out. Okay, so it goes really dark here. I don't know what the rest of this cat's body looks like, so I might just leave it a little kind of like a painter's edge or something at the end. Maybe just scribbly. And we'll really get into like tighter detail around the face so that your attention is brought to the face more so than any unfinished edges. Okay, so I know I said I was going to do the eyes, but now I'm trying to get the chin. Okay, so it's really bright under here, and it does a good job. The cat does a really good job of being adorable, so that helps. And I like this like beautiful kind of really rich brown on the nose. And it kind of comes around a little bit. Oops, I don't like that. Let's get back to that more bright, rich color that I had a minute ago. Where did it go? A bit too orange. Ah ha ha, I like that. There we are. Okay. So, let's see here, a bit more of that color. You know what? I might get a color similar to this that's a little bit more saturated and do a little bit of detail here. I should really do those eyes because, yeah, I'm gonna do the eyes right now. Okay. Let's get a beautiful green. I think it's leaning a little bit closer to blue. Let's see here. Very rich color. Let's do a little testy test. Ooh, I like that. I like that. That's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna do another clipping. Noops, wrong button. I'm gonna do another clipping layer. I probably don't need to, but okay, here we go. Let's get some green. Get that color in there. I think that's one thing that really excites me about this photograph. Chrissy's cat is cuddling them, so they can no longer participate in the doodling, but that's okay. One thing that really excites me about this photograph is the color, these pops of color, like having some gray in the fur and then these just parts of the photograph where this color is so bright and so poppy. Let's get some blue in there. Oh, yeah, I like that. Some blue. There seems almost like there's more blue in this eye. And I want a darker, gotta watch my time here. Darker on the top. Okay, I'm gonna get a nice dark color. I think I took a little bit of a break to do my hair though, so I think I have a bit more time. Let's outline this eye, because I feel like getting the cat's eyes really pulls it together. And once I add the black for the fur, I think it's really gonna all come together. Little squint. I need to fix these people's. Okay, I'm gonna put this one a bit closer to where I had it in the sketch. See, the funny thing about when you're drawing is when you're drawing pupils, it can be very tricky to get them just in the right place, because if they're tilted the wrong way or if they're at all like slanted funnily, you're going to end up with something really strange, and the look on the person or cat or creature's face is going to just be completely wrong. So you got to kind of watch that. Okay, let's work on the mouth here. Okay, so we've got this nose coming to a little point here. Let's get that in. And then we've got this little cheeky arm. That's the technical term, the cheeky arm. Okay, so draw this in here. Fang. That'll make room for teethus. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I do think that that's a bottom fang showing through. Hopefully I'm not incorrect. And then these ones are top teeth. So this is like a triangle of dark shape here. Okay, clear that up a little bit. Let's get these little whisker dots in as well to kind of really sell that like lifted whisker going on. Okay, so I'm gonna make this not a clipping layer. I don't know why I bothered. Okay. So let's get some of these darker colors. So we've got this one here. We've got this dark one here. So I think it was Chrissy, actually, my friend who's in the chat, who mentioned earlier that this top cat mark thing is called what did you call it, Chrissy? A scarab? And that every cat has one, but not every cat's fur colors match up with like the pattern that it makes. And I know both my cats have it, and one of their patterns is showing and the other one hers does not, because she's an all white cat, but you can see it if you kind of examine it more closely. So we've got a little eyebrow almost here. This comes in a bit tighter, I'd say. Okay, so so now I'm getting into kind of my mark making has changed. So instead of like the big strokes, I'm trying to communicate a little bit of the fur as I go in. So that way I don't have to worry about texture separate from color. I mean, technically I'm just using black, right? Well, almost like a blue-black to kind of complement the browns. Okay, so we've got some really dark, beautiful markings here. And this ear has some. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this. Okay, and then I'm going to connect all this dark color at the top here a little bit because it kind of looks like that in the image. Okay, so let's get some dark fur under here as well. And over here, it looks like there's some different maybe stripes going on. So we'll do some nice little furry scribbles for those. Okay, so I want this to be darker. Here, around the eye. That's too dark. I went too far. And then this is almost like a shape like that. And I think I want this to be, a bit more round. I'm going to put some highlights in here too. So we've got this really bright spot here. Okay, so I want this beautiful orange. So I'm going to pull this color. I'm going to see, I think it needs to be a bit more red and a lot more saturated. It's too bright. Ho ho. Let's do that color, I like it. Okay, I'm gonna go back on this layer. I could probably just paint all in one layer. I'm a little bit nervous. I think one thing when you're painting or learning to paint digitally is you use a lot of layers. Just go for it, because then you don't have to be nervous. And then as you get a bit more comfortable, you can start using less and less layers if that's something that you'd like, because you know, you can always fix what you're doing, you know. It's the most forgiving medium, unless you think you're on a painting layer and then the whole time you've accidentally sketched on, you're painted on your sketch and then you can't remove your sketch, and, you know, let's stop talking about that. It's too upsetting. But, but digital is generally a very forgiving medium, so just, you know, if you feel like you need a bunch of layers, just make a bunch of layers, you know. Just make sure you're naming them, I think, is the best tip I can give you. I'm not naming mine, but what I did to help with my organization is I pre-made folders, and I named the folders the names of the photographs, like the numbers of the photographs I did, so that I can keep them all organized. So yeah, I think that's my biggest tip, would be to name your folders, name your names. Okay, so I'm seeing here that I need a lot more dark underneath this chin. And it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of like this. What I probably could do is trim this down almost a little. Like, I think I might move the cat. See, this is good why I changed the, I think I'm gonna move the cat even like down here a bit more. This is good that I painted the whole background, because like I said earlier, I might want to move it. I'm gonna compress these. There. Did that do something weird? I think it might have did something weird, but that's okay. Oh, I see what it did weird. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the clipping layer thing. I like clipping layers, which means it references what's below it, and then, oh wait, yeah, Chrissy says, it is called a scarab, and then also the fur inside of a cat's ear is called ear furnishings. I did not know that. Welcome to cat trivia? Is that the word? Cat facts? In case you wanted some cat facts. I'm gonna put some of this nice nose color into this fur just a little bit to kind of echo it, and I think we do need a bit of darker fur in here. So I'm gonna grab, let's see, I'm just gonna sneaky eyedropper whatever this color is. Okay, it's a brown, nice. I'm gonna use it. And I'm going to get in there. Because, yeah, there we go. This is all around the nose. And we want to kind of, well, I want to, let's see, I'm going to use black for that actually. For these whiskers. Let's get some in here. Too wide of a brush. Okay, so I want to go in a bit more around here and darken a lot of this actually. Especially under the chin. I think I keep working on under the chin, and then I keep stop working on under the chin. Yes, there we go. Darken that up. Get these beautiful cat stripes. And then I want this to be a bit more prominent. This fur expression here. Okay, I like it. Okay, now we gotta do the furnishings. And I'm gonna use the same color I used for the nose, except for I might pink it up just a little bit. And then, oh, we might be getting Angela's cat's name. I saw a chat mention. We might have the cat's name revealed, finally, after nearly completing the portrait. Okay, I'm gonna get a brighter color for the I guess the furnishings themselves to kind of really give that fluffy, illuminated ear glow. There. Let's see. I think I might have to do some darker work, but what I might be able to do, let's see, what did I do? I'll use this brown and kind of get more, let's see, Tweak! Oh, this cat's name is Tweak. That is adorable. And kind of fitting for the look on his face right now. His name is Tweak. So good. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna darken around Tweak's face a little bit, because I think I was a little bit too shy with the colors when I was choosing them. So I'm just gonna, yeah, darken up a little bit. I don't want to lose this beautiful brown orangey color, so I might do this a little bit and try and smudge it around and pull in the center color here. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna get a dark color just over his nose and around his nose. There we go. Darken that up. Okay, Tweak, you cutie. Okay, I'm going to shade under here a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to do more brown around this eye. Pull out that highlight area. It's such a cute picture. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of shading in the eyes and then I'll call it done. We also learned from our friend Kayla today that the speckled fur pattern on his cheeks and bridge of his nose is called a ticked pattern. I didn't know that. Oh, I forgot I wanted to do one more thing. I wanted to do a couple of little wrinklies in the background. So I'm going to hide the photograph and I'm going to do a couple of little wrinklies. I don't like that. Let's do... Okay. So yeah, there we go. We'll call this one done and we'll say, okay, this one's Tweak. And the first one was Pumpkin. Okay, goodbye Tweak, thank you for your service. Let's go to, so goodbye Tweak, thank you, you were amazing. Next, see if we can get this dog's name also while you're at it, Wendy, because this dog, I need to be able to call this dog by name for sure. Very cute photograph. I love how zoomed in this picture is. Boop. So we're gonna make this a bit bigger as a reference. And once I get the name, I will add it in. Oh, this is Lola. Okay, so I think the dog's name is Lola. Okay, so this is Lola. Here we go. I love Lola already. So I'm gonna, once again, I'm gonna start with a purple color to sketch with. I'm partial to purple. I find it a really nice, and I like a bluish purple. I don't know, is that a lavender? I'm very partial to that for sketching. Okay, we've got Lola, perfect. Okay, so one thing I really like about this photograph is how close Lola is to the camera. So I think it's like exaggerating her nose a little bit, so it makes her look like even cuter, like she's like been sniffing something and maybe she doesn't like what she has just sniffed. So she's kind of got like a little underbite of like, what did I just smell? Kind of a feel. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the nose. One tip that I learned when I was first learning how to draw was my art teacher as a kid told me to start with the nose because like probably, you know, ideally after I would have put in all my sketch lines. But if you know where your nose is and that becomes kind of like an anchor for your face, you can kind of figure out where everything else belongs relative to the nose. So I'm trying out that tip here with Lola. Okay, so I'm gonna get right in there and do these teeth when I'm painting, I think, because I really want, like, I want them to be kind of like like little, almost like little dots, because that's kind of like blobs of paint almost. Okay, so Lola's got like a really beautiful, she's got beautiful eyes, almost like the shape is really elegant, which is adorable because the elegant shape of the eyes and then like this cute underbite, which is a lot less elegant. So it's a really nice sort of juxtaposition there. I bet people when they submitted their pets, they didn't realize that the whole time I'm drawing them I would just be complimenting them. So it's kind of like okay, I gotta make this sketch bigger because look at all this wasted space. Here we go. Yes, big Lola. Okay. So, Chrissy. Yes, the nose, the anchor of the face. the anchor of the ship of my face. Okay, I don't really have all of the information, so I'm doing a little bit of like fabrication here. Like I'm trying to imagine what, and the reason that I need to do any imagination at all is just because the shape of the canvas I'm working on is not the same shape as the photograph, and that's not a problem, but I just don't want to accidentally make up details that don't look like Lola, so I'm trying to be a little conservative with what I make up and fabricate here. Okay, I'm going to zoom out just to see what I think of it so far. And sometimes it helps looking at a different screen. So I have like my drawing here on this screen, and then I also have like the stream up there. So I'm kind of able to check it on two different screens, and that sometimes helps me see if I'm doing any weird mistakes. I don't know why, but it works. I'm sure there's some science behind it. Okay, so little Lola's teeth are gonna go here. Yes. Okay. I wish I knew what Lola's ears look like. Okay. Okay, I think I've got enough information in here that I could start painting. We'll do little highlights too. Okay, actually I might want to sketch in these fur shapes here just so I'm not lost when I'm doing the paint. I'm taking a painting course outside of work, and Wendy says only 14 more after this. Thanks, Wendy. Yeah, I think after this one I might take a little break, because so where are we? So I started at 2 and I'm on the third one, and that brings me to 3. So yeah, I think I'll take a break after this one, and then I'll try and get 2 more done, and then if I get 3 done, that'd be perfect. I'll just take like a 10-minute break to wet my whistle. Okay, so I see a bit of dog shape down here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start painting now. Boop. Okay, so I'm gonna pull the sketch above, and I'm gonna make that. What did I do? Oh my god, see, okay, here's the thing that I did. I definitely sketched on the wrong layer. But where is the rest of the sketch? Here it is. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's okay. I can just compress these. That is fine. Did that not work? Okay. I was worried I was sketching on the like dog photograph layer, which wouldn't have been a big deal. Like I can fix it easily, but it would have been slightly more of a pain in the butt than not having done that. Okay, so I want to do, I think I'm gonna go with like brown black for this, because like a lot of this is gonna be like shades of gray, but I'm gonna use like warm grays, and then like maybe some cooler grays up top. So that's pretty dark for that line. Okay, so here we go. Lola. Okay, perfect. You got Lola's ears right. I think they are both down. Perfect. Okay, so we'll just say they're both down. Perfect. Okay, bring Lola back up, and then we'll fiddle around with that a bit later. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit here to work on the eyes first. What did I just do? Oh, I lost my color. Okay, wait, someone sent me a picture. Oh my god. Okay, so I have a someone sent me a secondary reference picture, so that actually really helps. Okay, so I'm just gonna cheat a little bit and use a little bit of that picture. Here we go. Now we're talking. There we go. So this ear will be down. She's got quite long ears, actually. Like longer than I expected. Very cute. Okay, we'll put them like that. And in this picture, she has a bow. I didn't take a break from... Oh, did I take a long break from streaming just in general? I hadn't streamed on this channel in a very long time. I do stream pretty much every Monday with a different channel. Like, I do a lot of gaming. But with this channel, yes, I've been on a long... I haven't used this in a very long time. I'm doing this for a charity stream for my work. And I'm going to be streaming the same time... every day this week, I think even Friday. Originally we weren't going to do Friday, but we ended up getting more donations, which was really nice. So yeah, I don't know if I'll do much after this series of streams, but we'll see how I do after we get all this charity stuff done. Okay, so here we go. Let's do Lola's eyes real quick. I think, do I want to go in with black right now? Maybe I'll just color it all in brown for now, and then I'll come back in with black on top to give those like extra dark details. Okay, the fur here. And then we've got, see, I find with like lighter colored animals, like I drew my cat as one of the sample portraits for these charity things, and she's a white cat, and I find it really difficult to communicate like fur and shape without using lines. So I think this portrait might have some more like some lines in it, whereas some other ones I didn't put as many lines. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's get a darker color here. So I don't want to use pure black on Lola unless I need to, we'll see, but let's get the darker color in here. There we go, I like that. Maybe even a bit into this eyebrow. I'm calling it an eyebrow. I'm not sure if it's technically an eyebrow. Okay, so I'm getting in between the fur here. And then, there we go. Nope, these look off. See, sometimes when you're just referencing your photograph, you kind of get tunnel visioned in on one detail, and then you might not notice that, like, for example, like I think I've made her eyes a little crooked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my lasso tool, and I'm going to loop around the eye that I just painted, and I'm going to move it down a little bit more, just so it looks a little bit more in line. Chrissy says, now we're cooking with Lola. I have no dog facts. I can't help you here. But them some cute eyes. Yeah, I think Lola's adorable. Okay, I want to make sure I can see Lola's reference nose while I can see. So I'm going to move picture Lola down closer so I can see both while I'm working. Okay, so Lola's got some fur right next to her nose, and then the shape, I think I got the shape pretty okay when I was sketching, which is good because it's a good reference for me. One thing that's really good about having a solid sketch to paint from is it allows you to not have to worry as much when you're going in with color and worrying about value and everything, at least for me. I know some artists are able to work straight in with values, and I admire them for that, because my brain does not function in that way. Like, I'm a very sketch brain person, so for me I need to have that preliminary sketch, and then I'm able to focus more on the values or the color and things like that. So the nose, okay. Okay, maybe maybe I should get the darkest parts in here first, and then come out with the lighter colors after, lighter shades. And I might be going in almost a little bit too far with these. Like, they're supposed to be, like, what we're doing is trying to get, you know, a good chunk of them done fairly quickly, but obviously I want them to be high quality because I want to produce something really nice for all the generous people who gave to this charity. I just got to make sure I don't get bogged down in details that don't enhance the final piece, because then it's kind of like I'm wasting time, and the piece isn't even that much better off for it. And I don't know if people actually want to print these off at the end, so I don't want to, like, you know, I'm zoomed in here, and then if I'm focusing too much on details while I'm zoomed in, then it's kind of like that won't even show up when you're zoomed out. So don't get lost in the details, Jill. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm doing at least just a little bit here. See what that looks like. Okay, I think we're communicating this dog's nose, Lola's nose. It might, if it's printed out, it might even just look all dark anyway. I don't know. I'll know the details are there. I'll know. Okay, so let's get this lip. Okay. Oh, yeah, I really am happy with these eyes. I think they're coming out really cute, just like the cute picture. Okay, so we've got this highlight on the lip here. I want to... I keep trying to, like, preserve my lights and stuff. I'm used to working in watercolor now, but you don't have to preserve light colors when you're working digitally, because you just paint light over dark, no problem. But I still have that kind of ingrained in me a little bit. So I'm going to pull this color, and we're going to get that light color here. Actually, this is a nice color for fur too, maybe. I think I want a bit more saturation though. And look at this, we're over in like pink. We want brown, and we want maybe just a little bit more saturated to get kind of like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I was going for. Just to get a little bit of color while still communicating that this is a like a beige, like a really white-ish dog, really light furred pupper here. Actually, maybe I should be putting in what the background looks like too, so that way I have that balance to work with. And then, yeah, maybe I'll do that in a moment. I'm just enjoying getting into the fur here. Chrissy says, I'm so excited for these teeth. Yeah, me too. I should do that soon. Okay. Okay, we've got these eyes. I like this fur around Lola's eyes because it's like, it's almost like almost like a makeup statement, like a whoosh. That's a technical term, I think, for makeup statement. A whoosh. Sometimes I just speak in sound effects, so. Oops. I think this needs to be even more saturated and maybe even a bit brighter, so I'm pulling in maybe even a bit more orange, really. Oh, there's a color I like. So yeah, I'm sneaking in some color that I'm seeing here. Let's do that with the other eye as well. Oops. Okay, so this here, we've got the fur in the same kind of pattern, this whoosh of style. There we go. Okay, and I'm gonna do some eyeliner just to really get those eyes sliding Lola around. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna line the other eye. Okay, so I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna do like a really pale beige to differentiate Lola from the background here. So I'm gonna make a new layer, put that behind. I'm just gonna fill the whole thing. Or at least all of where I think Lola's gonna be. So Lola is, that's too saturated. Let's take this color, there we go. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna hide Photo Lola. Photo Lola. Color all this in. Because, you know, if we put in this color, then we can actually see where the teeth are when we put them in. And to make her not look so, like this almost makes her look dark, but that's just because we have that light background. So I'm going to put in a background here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to put in a dark background. Let's go with a dark blue, because the dark blue, and it's going to be kind of a desaturated blue, because the dark blue should, in theory, make sort of like that color, like she looks a bit more saturated, like a bit more colorful by adding that in. Okay, now I need to make sure. Okay, so I'm gonna get some white for that eye highlight here. Oh, Lola, you're so cute. Okay, where's the photo? There we go. Okay, now I'm going to detail these teeth. So I think what I'm going to do with the teeth is I'm going to pull this brown color, because I don't want it to be too dark, but I am going to outline the teeth, which is something you don't want to do with humans, because if you really outline every tooth with a person, their teeth can look really weird. So I might have to adjust this afterwards, but we'll see how this looks, and if it looks not the way I want it, then I will fix it, because that's what art is all about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the fourth tooth. Okay, the fourth tooth is an interesting tooth. Okay, because it's kind of like a bit taller, and then we've got almost this like pre-fang poking out here, and then we've got the little fangy here, and that's what the fur is covering, is this fangy. Okay, so now I'm going to pull the lip in around it like that, and I think I need to make it a bit more large, so yeah, and I'm gonna fill in, oops. Oh, eraser's too big. Here we go. Now we're talking. There's some teeth. Let's zoom out and see what that looks like. Oh, that's cute. Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna raise the lip up a bit. There we go. So that we have, and then I can have these teeth. Okay, I'm gonna make the teeth a little bit, just a smidgen lighter. They aren't really that much lighter, but I do want them to like kind of pop out just a little bit. Yeah, here we go. Then I'm gonna do some darker coloring kind of in behind the teeth to help them kind of pop out there too. Okay, I think Lola's pretty cute. What do you all think? Okay, I'm gonna do some shading on this layer, and so I'm going to do a little bit darker, a little bit more saturated, and this will be my shadow color. I'm gonna get it under here. Okay, I think that's a bit too far. So what I'm going to do is get my shadows where I want it, And then I'm going to do some adjustments to that. So let's see, I'm going to put the body a bit darker because it's supposed to be kind of like more in the background. And then we'll get some shading in here. I'm going to erase some of this out here to really show where her ear is. Did I get rid of that sketch? I did. What is this? Okay. Aw, thank you. Is that Angela that is talking? Beach, please. Says, you're adorable, or she's adorable. Your artwork captures that pick-up her completely. So talented, Jill. Oh, shucks. I don't even think I'm like talented. I just think I've been working at it for so long that it's like, if I didn't learn how to do some stuff by now, it's like I shouldn't have bothered, you know? Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think this shadow actually might be pretty good for her. Just, I think we're still getting that feeling that she's a really light dog, but with the shadow, we're kind of understanding that she's in the shade and she's got all these beautiful fur bits. I think what I might do though, it's Bonnie. Hello, Bonnie. Thank you. I think what I might do is pull. I should have known with the screen name Beach, please. So good. That's so good. Okay, so I'm gonna put some lighter colors kind of like up around the top. And then maybe around the nose a little bit. And then like on the top of this furry area here to kind of just bring it out a little bit. So I think, yeah, this one I think will translate really well for, it's too bright, for digital, but I'm worried about how well it will if it's printed. So that I need to consider. So what I'm gonna do is just do some of these details that I did on the nose, just a little bit brighter, so that way it will hopefully like translate when printed. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of like highlighting on the nose, just a little, kind of mush it around a little bit on this nostril. Yeah, so I'm just kind of hoping that that'll really come across if they want to print it. I might try just something just to see. Okay, so what I just did there was I changed the layer style to multiply to really like amp up the shadows. And then I think I'm gonna do just a little bit darker around the teeth because I want those teeth to pop out because they're just so cute, and I think that's one of the highlights of the image is just these little teeth here. So I'm gonna just do, yeah, I think that's better. I'm gonna do a little bit of shading under the chin. Then I'm gonna take a break. So I need a bigger brush. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna use my eraser to pull back up the fact that that fur is on top, not underneath. Okay. I think that's too far. I think I did too dark, so I'm gonna erase this a bit here. Okay, I think that's better. So it looks more like a shadow. I'm gonna lighten that area though. Yeah, I think that looks more like a shadow, and you can still see the white of the dog fur, the pupper fur. I might do a little bit, just one last thing. I'm gonna do a bit of a lighter blue, like as a little highlight behind. Yeah, I think that's cute. I think that's cute. Okay, I'm gonna save it. I don't even know if I saved it after the last one. Okay, I've saved it. Whew. Okay, I'm just gonna set this file up for me, and then I'm gonna take a little thank you, Lola. You did wonderful. You're gorgeous. Close that. And next we're gonna do Brian. So I'm just gonna get my file set up, and then I'm gonna go take a 10-minute break, and I'll be back after that. Okay. All right, so I'll be back in 10 minutes. If you want to stick around, that's cool. I'm just gonna mute my mic, so if I come back and I'm still muted, then that's my own fault. Actually, I have a screen here that's called Be Right Back, so maybe I'll just put that on. I'll be back in 10 minutes. See you then. here we go. Gonna draw Brian. Gonna draw Brian. Here we go. I'm gonna get a purple again. Okay, Brian looks curious. Oh my goodness, Brian has a little thumb. That is so cute. Brian, you're adorable. Okay, Brian, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to make Brian's reference image a little bit smaller for more room. Okay. Oops, wrong tool again. Okay, here we go. Here come Brian. Brian's got a really nice curve to him, so his head is tilted up this way, and then he's kind of got like a little like a really good shape going on, and his little paws here with his little thumb. And then his body. So I'm zoomed way out to do this sketch because I really want to get the shape correct. And if you're zoomed in too far, as you saw, you might have seen me do earlier with another drawing, is you might get bogged down in the details. And if you're bogged down in the details, then you're not going to be getting the shapes correct. At least, I mean, some people might be able to. I don't know who can, but I know I can't. So I need to start my sketches pretty far away before I get into the details. So, okay, so I think we've got an interesting beginning. He's on like a step, which maybe we will include. Do just a little step because that kind of gives me, I think we're going to make him a lot bigger. Oops, I don't want the photograph in this, just this layer. There is no object to transform. Did I sketch on the, I sketched on the wrong layer. So I'll show you how to fix that on with this here. So I'm going to grab my selection tool, just select that drawing, and I'm going to hit Control X, and I'm going to hit Control V, and then I've pasted Brian right where I want him. Yeah, I'm going to make him a bit bigger there. Okay. So we've got a little bit of detail in the background. We've got a little bit of that step back there. We've got a solid sketch. I think I'm going to pull his paw in a bit closer, get more of a swoop shape. So he's swoop, and then he's tucking his little thumb paw here. Cute. I think I'm going to pull his other paw in closer because I think I made him look a little... See, I have an orange cat, and my cat is chunky, so I think I'm projecting the shape of my cat onto this cat. So I'm going to pull that arm in tighter so that I'm not projecting. There. I like that his little toes are kind of like hanging off the side. There we go. So let's zoom in and see what we got. Okay, so we've got this shape here, and the chest comes out a little bit further. And I like that he has like this, like a ring of stripe all the way, almost all the way around. It's so cute. Wow. So let's do his face. Zoom in a bit more. And we're going to work on these shapes here. Thank you, Chrissy. Okay, so we've got little eye here, another eye, this little squinty. Like he's kind of, it's almost like he's, like, I don't know this cat, but he looks really happy to see whoever's taking the picture. So I really want to capture that, like that looking up and seeing someone that you really like. Really pleased to see whoever this is. I think a lot of pet owners know that look when their pet comes to see them and they're really like, it's you. Do you have food for me? I mean, other than that, I'm really happy to see you, but do you have food for me? Oh no, of course. I mean, I am super happy to see you. Is there food? I mean, I'm like that too, so I'm not judging. Oh, kitty. It's so... Brian, you're so cute. So, let's see here. And this... Okay, let's see. I'm going to change this ear a little bit. Because this ear almost looks like it's going out like almost like about to turn to the side to hear something. Okay. There we go. Little fur tuft on that ear, it looks like. Okay, Brian, I'm shrinking you down even a little bit more. Get this ear. Am I on another layer? I am. I did it again. I did it again. How long was I sketching on this layer? Oh, not long. Go. Cat ear. This one looks a little bit too big, so I'm going to erase some of that. That's what I was doing. Yeah, and I think that's what I'm seeing, is that this ear is tilting out a little bit to the side. And this one's pointing straight at the object of affection. Oh, Chrissy says, I love that his name is Brian. I love literally everything about Brian. Yeah, Brian's pretty cool. I like Brian. Loving this pose, Brian. Doing a great job. Being adorable. Looking very loving. If I find out that this cat is actually like super hateful or something, I'm going to be shocked because this looks like the sweetest little angel cat. And then Brian also has the markings, the scarab, as I've learned today. And then this like eye makeup going down the sides. Okay. I think we've got enough to work with. I think we can go to paint. I'm gonna check. Maybe I should define this toesies, the toes. Bring this down here. Toes, toes. That's how it goes. Okay. I love when cats don't even know that their little toes are like doing weird things, like half on and half off this step. Like Brian doesn't care. Brian cares not for things of such a minute nature. Okay, I think I need Brian's backside too big. Okay, yeah, let's bring this to paint. Jill did, so this is Jill's cat, Brian, and Jill says, he's my cat and he's the most friendly cat I've ever met. I am not surprised. And his face, Chrissy says, his face is so full of love here. Yeah, Jill, did you take this photo of him? I was saying earlier about how his face looks exactly like he's looking at the person he loves the most in the world. And that's the look he's kind of, that's the vibe I'm getting. Oh, Chrissy says, casually saves a screenshot of Brian so that I can draw him later too. Yeah, Chrissy's awesome. They are an amazing person and a wonderful friend. Oh, Jill says, I think my mom took this one, but I'll pretend it was me. Oh, well, let your mom know that Brian, maybe your mom was holding a treat. We can say, yeah, Grandma Love. Yeah, exactly. We can say that Grandma was holding a treat. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of love in this picture. Okay. So I'm going to go in first with a light orange color to just try and get the basic shapes in, and then I can go in afterwards and get... Actually, I'm going to do the background first because I've fallen into this trap before. Of not doing the background first. Okay, we'll just get this down. And we want this in the back. And then we want to make this sketch more faint. And then we want a paint layer. There we go. Now we're set up. Now we're going to get a nice light orange. Probably, let's see what this one looks like. Yeah, I think we can work with this. So let's do this color first. So we're going to slather this in here. This is the base color. Okay, I'm going to hide Brian for a moment while I get this shape that I like so much. Right over it. There we go. Jill says he uses his thumbs to grab food, hence his weight. Oh my god, that's so funny. He's not, I have an orange cat currently he's still overweight, but we've been working with him really closely to try and get him to lose weight. I think that there's something with orange cats, I don't even know, that seem to want to be large. It's like they just want to. I knew a dog, I haven't seen the dog in a long time. He's doing great. His name's Brian, and his favorite thing is food. He's a beagle. And I feel like every Brian I meet is just very food motivated. I don't know many human Brians, but I'm sure they're also food motivated, maybe? I don't know. If you know any Brians, let me know if they are also food motivated. Okay, let's get the shape of the ear fixed. Okay. show. Okay. Does he have a little chunky out of his ear? Let's zoom in here. I want to get that detail. Yeah, it looks like there's a little tiny scrap, maybe evidence of a scrap. That makes sense, Chrissy. So he is missing a piece of his ear. Okay, perfect. I love details like that. I think it really helps, like the cat, like the little things like that are so important. Like little details that you don't want to miss to just really hit home that this is Brian. Okay, so we want a nice saturated darker shade, so I'm just going to test it out here. Okay, I want it more bright, so I want it more saturated, like a nice, oh, I think that might be it. Maybe just even a little touch more saturated, so that means like more of the actual color, and then we can get like his stripes. He used to be a stray barn cat. Good for you, Brian, moving up and getting into a home. Our cats are also stray, well, they were stray barn cats as well, and we took ours in, and I feel really good about being able to give them a little safe house to live in. Good job, Brian. Your cuteness has paid off a lot, making it in this world. Let's get these markings in here, and then I'll do the eyes, because I do want to get the eyes done early on, because I feel like waiting to do the eyes is a mistake. Okay, I'll do the eyes now. Okay, so his eyes look like a kind of almost like a greenish amber color, so maybe we'll go here and maybe a little bit more saturated and dark, because then we can pull out some highlights as well. So let's see what this looks like. That's a bit too green. I'm going to pull it back a little bit. Oh, I like this color. Here we go. I think that's a bit closer to Brian. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to get out the eyeliner. Let's zoom in for this. I'm going to bring Brian closer. Okay, Brian. Okay, and then we're going to do the lower line, and then his big, beautiful, love-filled pupils. So I think I might want to pull his eye like a little bit closer. I keep hitting the wrong, what is the proper, it's M. I'm used to the tools on a different program, so I find it hard to figure that out. Did I just mess that up? Okay, let's get the nose in there and then it'll be easier. So let's zoom back in. Oh, he's got a little pink nose. Okay. So what am I seeing here? I'm seeing a pink color. Maybe a bit more pink. Okay. So the same pink up in the ears as well. Just to have, like, he's got pink in the ears, and it's good to keep like the same colors consistent when you're doing some art, because it makes it kind of come together and look cohesive. I'm gonna get some of that in both of these ears, and then I can cover it over with the ear furnishings or ear hair. Oh, and he's got like his little lip out too, so maybe we'll draw that in. So he's got this little pouty lip on. Okay. So he's got kind of almost like darker brown markings like over his nose, like here and here. Okay, and we can use this brown also to get these like eye drop areas. Tear duct area? I don't think they even have tear makers, do they? I don't know. Little cheekles, little cheeks. I think what's really gonna make Brian come off the page a little bit is when I start getting into the light colors as well. Okay, so we want that kind of marking for his like whisker area. Okay, so excuse me, Brian, I'm gonna move you up a little bit. Over here. I'm going to shade this side. So let's get a bigger brush here. That's the wrong color. Fantastic. We want this color. Okay, I see what I'm doing wrong here. Not pushing hard enough. Being too ginger. Okay. I don't like what I'm doing with that, so I'm going to put another layer under here. I'm going to make it a little bit darker, more saturated, and I'm going to come in with that. Yeah, that's working better. So that's just me trying to get his shadows in there. I gotta zoom out more. I'm getting in too close too quickly, I think. There we go. And then I'm gonna do the same, but with a white, a really bright whitish color. And we're gonna get some of this to pop off the page. A little bit. Oh, he's cute. He's got like above his eyes, he's almost got little eyebrow, like white colors. Oh, Brian, you're adorable. Good job, Brian. Good job at being cute, Brian. Doing a great job. Okay, and you've got like a little bit of white on the nose here. And then this little, you've got some light hitting you here. And then this whole cheeky is like a lighter color. And your ear hairs. And the ear furnishings. Do some on this side too. Okay, so we need to figure out what's going on with, okay, I'll do your other leg. So you've got some stripes going on, so we'll have to get those. And then your little thumb. Here we go. Highlight it a little. We want to make sure we capture that shadow going on over here. And your individual toes. So cute, Brian. So cute. 10 out of 10. Okay, so I'm going to get some stripes in here, and then I'm going to quickly get the background just defined a little bit. So we got more shade under here. Stripe. I think you have stripes on. I think he has stripes on his back too. It looks like. And then we'll just define. So I'm going to grab this color and we're going to define this area a little bit. He's got a little fur fuzzy. Okay, so I also want to define under here a bit better because he's got that under chin look. Okay, I think I might need to try something here. Thanks. I'm gonna get some little highlighties. Okay, and okay. So I'm going to, okay, I think we've got them pretty good. I'm gonna do the background and then I'm gonna just take another look at what I've done and see. I wanna kind of define the shape of his face a little bit better, but I'm going to come back to that because I'm a little puzzled at the moment on how to do it the most effectively. So I'm just going to do a quick background thing here. So we're going to go not on that layer. That would have been terrible. Okay, so we're going to do the one right under him as dark, and then maybe we'll do stripes, so it's kind of like stairs, but it's a little bit more abstracted. No, I don't like that as much. Okay, I'll do stairs. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to happen. There we go. Okay, this looks kind of cool. Hide Brian for a second and take a look at this. I do like that. Okay, let me try and shade his face and then I'll call this one complete. So let me look. Let me see your face, Brian. What are you up to over there? Okay. Okay, so I think what I need to do is get a couple of these shapes defined a little bit better. And then I see where I went wrong. So he's got, okay, I'm going to shade this area to kind of define where the neck begins. Because he's got such a good shape, I just went with the shape and then I think I fell off the wagon a little bit. Okay, so got a bit of shading around his ear. I'm going to put in some bright highlights here too, just to really make them pop. I'm going to actually do just a little bit of fudging here to define better his like chest area. There, Brian. I think that's pretty cute. Okay, so I'm going to save this. And then I'm going to work on the last one for today. Thank you, Brian. You did wonderful. And then our last one for today is Jake, also adorable. And I think this might be also Jill and Will's pupper as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so let's grab Jake. And we'll take Jake over to my working file. And we'll put Jake in here. Oh, good. It's a nice big picture too. So I'm gonna shrink it down. But it's good to be a big picture because Okay. Here we go. Let's do it. Okay. So let's get my favorite purple. One of my many favorite purples. I love all colors, but for sketching I do like using purple. I think I like purple because in school we sketch with blue a lot, and I really liked using blue, but I think I just really like having that extra bit of warmth, and with a dark color you're able to kind of layer it up a bit better. Like if you use a light color, then you don't get as much of a range. Oh, Jill says, it's Will's dog originally, but I claim him as mine too. Yeah, that makes sense to me. But yeah, so that's why I like purple, is just like it's a nice dark color, has a bit of warmth to it, which I enjoy, but like blues and reds and other like green and stuff also make good sketching colors. But yeah, purple, I find it like really easy on the eyes. And okay, so first I'm starting off with a sketch. I think this is an interesting drawing compared to the ones that I've done so far, just because we've got kind of like a farther back view of our model here. So I'm trying to just make sure I get the anatomy of the pupper like close to correct before I zoom in on and try and get the likeness or anything. So I'm just trying to make sure that like the snoot isn't too big or too long or too, you know, I want to try and get it close to what is going on in the photograph. Yeah, and like I drew like a little box to show where the chest is, and like the arm muscles are here and things like that. So that's just what I'm doing now, is trying to analyze this drawing so that when I'm painting it, I know where to put the colors and things so that it still looks like, you know, a dog and not just a bunch of random. Okay, so I'm gonna make my sketch bigger to take up more of the page. I think we've got a good composition here, or at least a decent one. It's not. Yeah, I think that's a good. I'm gonna actually, let's see. Yeah, no, that works. Okay. Sometimes when I have the photograph up, it could throw the balance off, like what I'm looking at, and just be incorrect. So this one's interesting. I like the shapes in the snow. I might do the background kind of like that, and I'll do like some blues because I know I'm going to use a lot of kind of orangey colors in the coat. So I might do like a light blue for the ground, and I'm going to make it kind of grayish but still with some blue in it. And then we can do maybe some darker blue stripes going across to mimic that shadow look. Let's see. I'm going to do it on a different layer because I might want to alter it later, but okay. We'll come back to that. Let's start painting. So I'm going to make this sketch layer very faint. And then I'm going to get a nice light orange. I'm going to start with a light orange. I'm going to test it out. I think I might go a bit darker to start with. I think that's a nice color for a painting. And then let's get all of the paint on there to start. Okay, there, readjust. Okay. I'm gonna pull the drawing down a little, or the image down a little. And the light is going to be really nice to paint on this too. Yeah, I think this sketch is pretty solid. I think I'll keep it as is and roll with it. I've got the legs kind of down a lot, but I kind of like that because we're going to get to see kind of more puppy legs. I think it's kind of cute. Using some artistic license here. Okay. A tail in the snow. So fluffy. Okay, let's make it fluffier to look a bit closer to how fluffy it is in that picture. We'll erase a little bit down here. Okay, let's fix that. Cute. Okay. Okay, so I feel like, what do I want to do first? I'll do the face first because I think that makes no sense. Okay, we've got, so you can tell that it was bright out that day because like the look on Jake's face is kind of like that contented glancing off at something, but like the sun is probably shining up on the snow like a little bit, and then it's kind of you know, the little bit of snow glare there. I think I put the eye too low, so I'm gonna fix that. Yeah, I think that looks a bit more accurate. I'm gonna do some of these lighter colors here to kind of help me. Ah, nuts. Ah, nuts. Accidentally lost the color I was just about to use. So just checking my messages here real quick. Bonnie says, almost makes me want to run out and get a pet. Almost. I'll take that as a compliment. Okay, so let's get these bright highlights in here. Help define like where the dogs, or where Jake's like nose is and where Jake's eyebrow is. This will help me get the darker colors in there afterwards too. So we're trying to make it look like kind of like sunshine a little bit. So I'm using kind of a brighter color, maybe even than the reference has, but if I need to make it darker, I can always do that. And then even all this floof under here is really in that sun. All the way down. And then even down onto this little army. Cool. Now I'm going to take a slightly darker color, but still brighter than the one, like the base coat. And now I'm going to define some of these fur shapes. So like the fur around the nose is almost white, really. And then underneath the chin, oh, I missed some highlights. I'll come back for that. And then this little fur, the place where they get the best scritches, that little place is lighter fur. And then lighter fur, kind of all like this shape here. It's all lighter fur, so let's chunk that in. And then like it's like the same shape here. There we go. What a good dog. You can tell. You can just tell that this is a good dog. It's like when you can get good vibes from people. It's like, this is a good dog right here. So we will define some of this in a moment. I just want to get the basic kind of colors and shapes in here, and then we will go back in and gussy it up a little bit. So I chose a fairly dark color for like the undercoat, I guess. And there's this shape here. And behind the ears. It's almost all connected, really. Probably should have just used this color in the first place and then added the added the darker color as the okay, so this is really bright. This whole knee area is mostly this color. You've got like tail light. Okay, so let's get the dark brown color in here. And then we'll fix it up. Oh, that is too cold. We want a much warmer color than that. Like this. And then for the like area that's in the light, can we do this color here? Oops. There's even like a darker color in the middle of the ear. Something has Jake's attention. I think I want to make this more saturated. Maybe even more red. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that gives it a bit more like life to the drawing. Just making it a bit more like saturated and a bit more a little bit darker. So here we've got this cool little I'm not sure if it's like shadow or if it's actually this kind of marking on the fur, but it is so cool. I think this color, after all of this, might be too desaturated. I want to pull pull some more color in here. I need to change the shape a little bit on the butt. Let's see here. I've got a weird kind of thing going in here, and I don't know if I think I want to fix it up a little bit because it's kind of like a different style than I was expecting. Kind of came out. Sometimes that happens. So I'm gonna do some fur detail. This. I think that's closer to the style I was going for. Put a bit of it in here. Okay, we want that nice dark brown on the tail here too. Deepen that shade. Cool. Let's see. I'm going to darken up his I'm going to lighten this up here. So we got some fur going on here. Got some light fur going on here. Okay, let's see what we got. So now I'm just kind of comparing what I did to what is going on, like on the ear and everything. I think, yeah, I really want to like kind of accent that interesting like highlight on the ear. It really like comes out really saturated and beautiful. And I might, you know what? I've got these. I think I want to do his shadow as well because it is such a cool like shape. Let's see here. Okay. Like we've got just like this, just this simple shape, but I think it's really nice. And it adds to the stripes. Yeah. Okay. Let's fix this a little bit. Need more light. Oop, wrong layer. That's okay. There we go. Need a bit more light under his little chinny chin chin. I'm gonna erase a little bit here, just to really like. Where did I put that if not there? What have I done? Oh, there it is. That was that piece that I mistakenly added. There we go. There, no problem. No problem. Maybe even a bit brighter under here. And then, let's see what time it is. Okay. And maybe even, I need a bit darker here. think that looks pretty cute. I might do a couple of lines on the little foot. The two little feet here. So this is me sneakily cheating because they weren't in the drawing, but a couple of feet is like, gotta have them. I like this one. I think it came out pretty good. Jill, if you're still watching, I hope you like this drawing. And I think that's the last one I'm going to do today. Oh, thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. It is a lot less intimidating when people are kind of like, you know, popping in and saying a word here and there. I did 5 today, which is what I was aiming for. So yeah, just as a review, we've got Pumpkin, and then we've got Tweak, and we've got Lola, and then we've got, oh, why am I blanking? We've got Brian, and we've got Jake. So yeah, yay! I'm going to spend the next, probably like the last 10 minutes of my shift just like saving these off, and then I can get them where they need to go. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and take care of yourselves. And I'll be back tomorrow for more pet drawings. So see you then. Bye.